Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So we're very much on the way now. Corinthians have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. And here's Messi. Rice, and he's got away from it. So much time, and the shot! They've scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Arsenal are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And here's Hullet. Hullet! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Now it's Messi. Rice. Vieira. Platini. He's a sharp little ball here. He's beaten the last man. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And he's going to have his name taken. Platini is standing over this one. And this is a great chance to get themselves back. Platini! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And it's Maldini. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Cannavaro. Arsenal are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nicely aimed pass. It's a pretty loose pass. Cruyff quietly revving up. Belletti.
Arsenal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Oh, good-looking ball. Cannavaro. Rijkaard is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Shifted upfield. Can he get it through? Brilliantly cut out. Vieira plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Rijkaard. And it's Piqué. Now Platini. This is a promising build-up. Nicely weighted ball. Now, can they get him away? He's got away. Rummenigge.
Okay, it didn't quite come off. The execution I think needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Desai.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Has a look and plays it forward. Belletti. Well read, nice interception. Messi going after that. Vieira. And here's Hullet.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Third time, excellent interception. Rummenigge! And a neat finish! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps...
And for the first half, that is that.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And we are back on the way.
Well, I think they have to be positive.
Towering header! And that's a sharp finish. It is an explosive start to the second half. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
Just 1 in it now.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Adriano, someone who can always... He's going for goal! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And it's Vieira. It's Adriano! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And now they can spring out of defence. Now that looks a decent ball. And that pass just didn't quite work.
Arsenal are still behind, but they've increased their level of interest here.
Corinthians appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Piqué, always a very imposing presence at the back. Vieira did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Adriano. Oh, that's a fine interception. And he's there to belt it away. Almost an hour gone. Hullet driving forwards.
Arsenal really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And he's being shifted off it. Adriano. Hullet. Vieira. A picture of focus and alertness. He has found the way through. Great chance! It's a loose ball. And it's been hooked away. Hullet made a good run there.
Well, in the end, nothing might have come of it, but nothing wrong with the running involved. Something the defence need to wake up to, I think.
Belletti. And it's Hullet. Cruyff. And he's straight offside.
Substituição no time do Corinthians.
So we have movement on both benches.
Camisa 41. Camisa
And that
14.
interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pelé,
Camisa
and here's
22.
Hullet.
Camisa 80.
Platini, they're urging him to shoot.
Substituição.
Lofted in. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. That has been cut short.
Arsenal really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Donatoni. And he's had it nicked away. And here's Hullet. Company produces the perfect tackle there. Company promptly onto that, and that is that. Pelé. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he is going into that little black book.
Look, Peter, what they need now are cool heads and discipline, and instead it looks like they've got a liability in their side.
Substituição no time do Corinthians.
Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle.
Vai ser
Great chance here to level it
substituído
up.
pelo jogador, camisa 16. Substituição em andamento.
Platini! Not a bad try by any means.
Platini is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Arsenal have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Now it's Pelé. Now then, the ball's come loose. The Rossi kept his eye on it, and he's there. Bellingham. Passing is crisp and sharp. Arsenal could be just about done here.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
Arsenal could have here their final chance.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
Messi is there, and he can get that clear. And it's Rijkaard. Chips it through. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Arsenal really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Bellingham, tantalisingly brilliant, at times unstoppable. Maldini. Gerrard. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Oh, good-looking ball. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And he can thump it away. This interception, his positioning was spot on. And the shot's on here. No foul, says the referee. And that is it. A real high-octane conclusion. Well, that was intense. An enjoyable contest that either could easily have won, ultimately decided by just the odd goal. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against Milan.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, we're on the way. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
I think Theo Hernandez is one of the most exciting fullbacks in the game. Rarely have I seen a player display all the qualities needed in a complete fullback at such a tender age, and at a time where the role of the fullback is even more crucial. He really is a diamond.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, can he get onto this? And it's Vieira. And this is Adriano.
That was lovely, that.
And he's got the beat. It's Adriano! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set.
Oh, good effort! No, just not quite.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
Robson, and he's intervened well there. Vieira, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Shevchenko. Big chance! Still goalless. Donadoni. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Neymar. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Pedri plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Mateus. Now Robson gets a good foot in there. A probing pass. Good ball over the top. Hernandez. Mateus. Robson. And Mateus. And it's Neymar. And he's quick to return it. Cannavaro gets across to intercept that. Can he get on the end of this? No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And that has left him in a heap. Mateus is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Cruyff. Now it's Shevchenko. Tries to play it through. And he's having a shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pullet was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Quality ball. Mateus. That's a nicely shaped ball. And it's Shevchenko. And a chance! Goal! Milan! Lacking for neither time nor space. It could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Beckham. This looks promising. That's put pay to the danger.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. And it's Neymar. Spread neatly. Oh, shooting chance! And that's a tidy finish. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Beckham chooses to go cross-field. And that signals the end of the first period.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Just a quick request today for everybody to please kindly remove any cars parked on the road outside the stadium.
So let's get the ball rolling.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Bullet! And that's a sharp finish. Just as they wanted it, just when they wanted it. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Shevchenko unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Mateus played out to the left flank. Pedri crossed. Oh, greatly! It's hit the crossbar. Vieira plays a sharp little ball here. Shevchenko! And that is well cleared.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 5, Rijkaard. Coming on to replace him.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Number 7, Manuel Petit.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And this is Shevchenko.
Well, that'll certainly improve their mood. All the talking, both tactical and motivational, in that half-time dressing room seems to have paid off for the moment, at least.
Pull it. Well, that looks a decent ball. Robson. And he was quick to react.
Arsenal may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threatening parity.
Vieira. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 24, Johan Cruyff. Number 8.
Arsenal have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Looking for the run.
Coming on the field.
Neatly
Number
clipped
13,
into space. It's the keeper's ball.
Platini. Number 10, Pele.
Now it's Shevchenko. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Arsenal still have the cards to affect this game. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Tries a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Pele clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Arsenal have their second corner now. Shot, surely! Again, a brilliant save. So, third corner of the game. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Maldini. Vieira. And this is Pele!
Arsenal really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Now it's Platini. Milan needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
And here's Platini. Gerrard played into the box. Oh, he's had a shot! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Arsenal really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Cleared away.
Arsenal really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Vieira is firing after that one. Now it's Platini. And the through ball. Time is running out here.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
Now it's Pele. Maldini cuts out the pass. Robson. Vieira. And he's in on goal. That is lovely. It's not an especially good pass, that.
Arsenal really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
And here's Hullet. Hullet. Hullet! Goal! They have stolen level at the last! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find the winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Caught offside that time. He's not got that quite right. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's down to business here. Como have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There's a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables risk-taking while the gaps are filled. I'm very much a fan of it. There are a lot of people who seem to have kind of ignored it and just put it to bed, but it still works, it's still valid, and I think we're going to see it be successful here.
Silvestre does well to get it back. Space for him to turn and look. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Oh, good effort! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Chance to... Terrific effort! That's a fair try, but just off target.
Bullet certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
He's going for goal! And for a moment, time stood still.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Well read, nice interception. That's a good ball out wide.
For me, Peter, Steven Gerrard's game is all about courage. It's a word he himself uses a lot. He's always urging everyone around him to have a go on the ball and not be afraid.
And he absolutely practices what he preaches in that respect.
He does, indeed. And I think he's England's best all-round midfielder of his generation. A ball winner, great distributor, never stopped running, playmaker, and more than a decent finisher too. The only question is, where do you play him to make the most out of all of those talents?
Now it's Pelé, and he's only too happy to take that back. Rijkaard. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Platini in acres of space out wide. Now it's Pelé. He'll try from distance. And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Gerrard. That's an imaginative pass. Cannavaro gets across to intercept that. Pelé. And this is Batistuta. Messi. Cruyff. Oh, there's a probing ball. Rijkaard. Now it's Hullet. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Como are a team known for their direct brand of football, so Jim, what are we looking for here?
Well, I think it depends on a couple of things, Peter. Firstly, you know, whether they have a quality passer who can play those balls from a little deeper. And then secondly, you need someone up front to be able to hold on to it, be the link man. It can be very effective against teams that like to press high up the pitch.
And that is out of play. Just eases him off the ball. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Belletti. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pelé, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Ambitious ball here. Pass somewhat off target. Pelé. Big chance! It's in! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Pele.
Really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Ha segnato al 35esimo minuto.
Como have fired themselves in front.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
DiMarco. Looking to play him in. Crosses it in.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement. OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Fabinho. Well-timed, excellent interception. Cannavaro. This is a promising build-up. Now it's Pele. Vieira can see things others simply cannot. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Platini unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Cajolu.
They've switched it over to the other side. Silvestre. He's in plenty of space here. DiMarco. And we've reached half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Arsenal trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. And we get things going again.
Arsenal really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Vieira. Pele, forever the opportunist. A sniff, that's all he needs. Vieira. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern. OK, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Cambio di giocatori.
Cruyff. Adriano. And here's Hullet. Threads one in. Knocks it into space. Platini picks it up out wide. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Arsenal still chasing a one-goal deficit here. Piqué herring after the ball here. DiMarco, he's got away. There's real chance! And that's a sharp finish. And this is getting better and better. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's managed to get for it. Shot, surely! And that has been cleared. Vieira. Can he get on the end of this? Akanji cuts out the pass. Played into space. No luck with that dink over the top. Done delicately. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. He's a sharp little ball here. Cruyff is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Lofted in. In comes the corner.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 10.
So changes afoot here and from both
Numero
sides.
18. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
And he can clear it away. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Arsenal have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Arsenal do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And he's just misjudged that one. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Not the best distribution from the keeper. And that has left him in a heap. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. And here's Vinicius Junior. DiMarco. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Now it's Messi. Now it's Vinicius Junior.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
There's the header! Somehow blocked.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
And the shot! Another one of football's and how moments.
Well, at least they're showing some positive intent now, Peter. That's the sort of urgency that's required when you do go behind.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 13.
Arsenal have their second
23.
corner now.
Messi. Numero 22. Gerrard. Numero 8.
Here comes the cross.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Il numero 19. Il numero 7.
And it's Yaya Toure. Passes short and sharp. It's not an especially good pass, that. Oh, that's a key interception. Yaya Toure. Platini. And it's Yaya Toure. And here's Messi.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. Di Marco. That has been cut short. Probing pass. No, that's been intercepted. And that's that. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit. And those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Sadly, not today. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Torino.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So that's got things underway.
When you think great defenders, you've got to think Cannavaro.
Yeah, well, they don't come much better or bigger in stature. His qualities are obvious, but his winning mentality and cool temperament are all part of a first-class package.
It's everything you want.
Adriano, and he is dashing away. Adriano couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Well, they could break here. Well, that looks a decent ball. And he's managed to get free. Yeah, he's offering an apology for that. He needed to deliver a better ball. And it's Belletti. Gets a good foot in there. Platini. Can he spark a counter here? Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Out of play for a goal kick. Nothing much to report on so far. Each side waiting to make their first move. Pullet chasing after it. Baresi promptly onto that, and that is that. Chips it through. It's out for a goal kick. Knocks it into space, tries to play it through, and this is Pullet, and he's running, Pullet! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Pullet actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Getting up there! Oh, what a... Oh, it's fallen loose again! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Arsenal have taken the lead.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. And it's Roberto Carlos. And here's Cruyff. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. That's been cut out, well played. And he's there to clear it. Adriano, Cruyff. Oh, that's fabulous. That has ended up in no man's land.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Very nearly half an hour gone here. He's had a shot! Goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here. Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
So they have it. Chance! Goal! Torino! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Torino with the lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Vieira calmly anticipates.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And he's worked it through. Good take. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Cristiano Ronaldo really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Arsenal are looking to go forward now. Now, can they get him a chance for a shot? It's loose now and they want to get it back.
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
Gullit is onto it in a flash. Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. Adriano. Vieira does really well to win the ball there. Threads one in. Beckham. And he's forced to go back. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that's a key interception. Maldini. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Has been indicated.
Cruyff. Cruyff. Aimed beyond the defence. Beckham. Played out wide. Cruyff. No. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it.
Those of you making their way
midway
home
point of the game.
Well, I
today,
can tell
please
you it's
watch
been
the
an
screen to
absolutely
train the
fantastic
fast
watch,
times from
Peter.
all
I wish I
major
could come here
stations.
every week. It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Substitutions taking place.
And here is the first touch of the second half.
Arsenal really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Vieira can so cleverly bypass the press. And it's Michel Platini. Platini. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, good-looking ball. Gullit. He is through here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Adriano. Gullit. It's a really well-measured ball. Platini picks it up out wide. Ball's gone out of play. And it's Belletti. Lovely ball and a real chance now. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Looking to play him in. Adriano under intense pressure.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
It's a pretty loose pass. Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. And he plays one through. Caught offside that time.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 21.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 17, Platini. Coming on the field.
Almost an hour gone.
Number 20, Vinicius Junior.
Rijkaard.
Number 13, Gerrard.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cruyff is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Now it's Vinicius Junior.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and...
Tries a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 2 then. That has been knocked clear. Vieira. Lovely pass, but... And the shot! Oh, good finish! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So again, we have parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Dembele going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Torino! And they get themselves in front! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 4.
Arsenal can make their change now with a break in play. Torino leading now.
Number 11, Bullet. Coming on the field, number 14.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Number 6.
Into the last quarter of an hour.
Number 10, Pele.
Arsenal really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Looking for a runner. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Tries to pass it through. He's shifting through the gears here. Engages and forces him off the ball. Cantona did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Arsenal are running out of time and out of options.
Well, whatever it is, Peter...
Shot a goal! Dembele! Brilliant! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Torino go up by 2 and are looking good.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
He's got away. Cannavaro can get it clear. And he is deftly away. Dembele! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff.
4 added minutes has been
That
indicated.
is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
And yes, it's him again. So now the difference is 3. Maldini gives no quarter. And that will be it. Arsenal did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.